Hello, welcome to Todd Miller TV. I want to do an update. I had previously reviewed this Assembly Bill 284. There's all this crazy information out there. A lot of it's just not accurate. I actually have numbers. Remember when I did the video before, I kind of gave like what my gut feeling was. And when I saw all the videos and all the articles and everything people were talking about the Assembly Bill, something didn't fit my gut. So I went out and found numbers. And we're going to go through the numbers now. A couple things that I was uneasy with. One was this idea that in 6 months we'd be out of inventory. Because I'd heard this 500-day number. It was how long it took on average to foreclose on a house. Well, if that's the case, that means it would take 500 days of not foreclosing before we would run out of inventory, before that process starts. So what I did is I did some research and I got these numbers from Foreclosure Radar, I backed them up with a title company. They're very accurate. I'm not saying they're perfect, but these are a lot better numbers. When I go through them, and it's going to take out a lot of this time frame that people are talking about. Okay, so the first one is there's been a debate of how many properties are in foreclosure, not yet foreclosed. And we know that there's maybe 3,000 or 4,000 a month that are going notice of default, but they're not foreclosing on that many, and it takes a long time. So the thought there's only 15,000 properties isn't right. They're actually notice of defaults, meaning notice of default filed, but not a notice trustee sale. We have 26,202, 26,202. Okay. Then the next number is notice of trustee sales. This is how many were filed, but not yet foreclosed on. That number is 4544. Now, you're saying, well, that's all of them. Well, not so fast, because there's something else that's missing. I got this number, and I verified it by our own internal, and I'll tell you how I did that. REO. Now, you're saying, well, REO, you can't count, they're already on the market. No. These are actually, they've been foreclosed. They're in REO, but they're not on the market yet because they're in eviction, personal property hold, or they're in pre-marketing of some kind. Waiting for cash for keys or just waiting for a BPO to be done. That number is 4,572. Now, these numbers all make sense. If you think about this REO one here, you're going to say, Todd, that's high. Well, no, that's not high. We here at our company have a 2% market share of the Las Vegas market. In our company, we have 90 REOs not yet on the market. They've been assigned to us. They're either in pre-marketing, they're occupied still, they're personal property hold, something like that. Okay, 90. Well, when I did the math, so if we have a 2% share and we have 90, that means if everybody else is the same and you do the math, 90 times 50 is 4,500. Boom, it matches. All these numbers totally verified. Okay, so what that gives us is 35,318 properties not yet on the market, but the default's been filed. Okay, so now we have to say, if that's the total number, how many really are going through a month? Well, we know from the trustee sale numbers that every month at the trustee sale, there's 2,344 a month. That's what gets sold at the trustee sale. That's what comes out. Now, if you look at these two numbers right here, you're going to say that 35,000 is going to be able to feed the trustee sale for way more than a few months. It's going to feed the trustee sale for a lot. Now, remember, some of those aren't at the trustee sale, but this 30,000 plus is going to feed through the trustee sale, go through this, and end up being on the market. So then what's really being bought through the MLS? Well, in the last 12 months, we have had exactly 23,075 REO sales in the last year. What that is that's 1922 per month. It's 64 per day. Okay, now, you're probably asking, if we have 64 properties a day, how long is it going to take us to get through this 35,318, knowing some of them have been foreclosed, some of them are waiting to be notice of trustee sale, and some of them are just in the pipeline. Maybe shadow inventory, whatever you want to call it. Well, here you go. You ready? There's 551 days of inventory out there, people. 551 days. This assumes that it takes them a long time for them to figure this out, which we know is not the case. There's some stumbling blocks right now. They want to make sure they're doing it right. Okay? But the notice of default will start happening again, just like they're supposed to happen. There's plenty of stuff in the pipeline to flow out into the market for a long time. This is easily going to take us into 2013, if not into the summer of 2013, assuming there's no other notice of defaults filed, which we know that's not going to be the case. They're going to figure it out, and they're going to start coming back out again. Okay? I just, you know, when I saw the numbers and I saw the people putting out emails and people quoting stuff, I didn't have a good gut feeling. And knowing that number, that 500 number, or whatever it is, how long it takes from a person to stop paying their mortgage or, you know, notice of default until the actual foreclosure, this makes sense now. All these numbers to me make sense. So, you know, like I said, I don't know if they're perfect, but this is way different than what you may be hearing. This 551 days, you know, we're not going to run out of inventory in the spring. It's not going to happen. We're going to still have inventory because the trustee sale is going to still be going and the REOs are still going to be happening. This NOD thing that we're talking about is the front end of this pipeline. That's a year and a half behind us. Okay, that's a year and a half type thing. So anyway, that was my update. I wanted to give you the actual numbers. If you want to follow my videos as soon as they come out, at Las Vegas Todd on Twitter, you can subscribe to my YouTube page, or you can subscribe to Las Vegas Todd Miller TV as well. That's my update, and I hope to see you on another video. Thanks.